She laughed at me and declared, "You're lucky I'm with you. No one else would put up with your boring life." I didn't respond. That weekend I moved all her stuff to storage, changed the locks, stopped payment on the ring I'd bought. She came home to find everything gone. I texted, "Find someone less boring," and blocked her. Original post. I 31. Male had been with Jennifer 29F for 3 years. We met in Minneapolis at a friend's wedding where I was a groomsman and she was a bridesmaid. I'm an accountant at a mid-size firm, pulling in about $78,000 a year. Not wealthy, but stable and comfortable. Jennifer worked in event planning. Though her income was inconsistent, some months were great, others barely covered her car payment. When we first started dating, she seemed to appreciate my stability. "You're so responsible," she'd say. "I love that about you." She'd joke about how chaotic her life was and how grounding I was for her. I took it as a compliment. We moved in together after a year and a half. My 2-bedroom condo in Uptown. I'd bought it 2 years before we met, so it was entirely in my name. Jennifer contributed $600 toward expenses when she could, but honestly, most months I covered everything. The mortgage, utilities, groceries, her car insurance that I'd added her to for a better rate. I didn't mind. I loved her, and I wanted to take care of her. But over the past year, things had shifted. The comments that used to be playful started feeling mean. "God, you're so predictable," she'd say when I suggested staying in on a Friday night. "Do you ever do anything spontaneous?" she'd ask when I wanted to plan our weekend instead of just winging it. "You're like an old man." She'd laugh when I'd go to bed at 10 p.m. because I had work in the morning. At first, I tried to laugh along, but the comments became more frequent and less playful. She started going out without me. Girls' nights that lasted until 2 a.m., work events where +1s weren't invited, weekend trips with friends where I wasn't welcome. "You wouldn't have fun anyway," she'd say. "It's not really your scene." I started noticing she was on her phone constantly, smiling at texts, then quickly locking the screen when I walked by. When I'd ask who she was texting, she'd say just work stuff or just the girls. 3 weeks ago, I decided to do something special. It was our 3-year anniversary, and despite everything feeling off, I wanted to try. I made reservations at Spoon and Stable, one of the best restaurants in Minneapolis. I bought her flowers. I even bought a ring. Not an engagement ring yet, but a promise ring, something to show I was serious about our future. Cost me $1,800, which was a lot on my salary, but she was worth it. Or so I thought. When I got home that evening with the flowers, Jennifer was getting ready to go out. Full makeup, tight dress, heels. "What's this?" I asked, confused. "What's what?" "You're dressed up. I made us reservations for tonight. It's our anniversary." She looked genuinely confused. "Our anniversary? That's not for like another week, isn't it?" "It's today. 3 years today." "Oh." She checked her phone. "Huh. I guess you're right. Well, I already made plans with Brittany and some people from work. There's this new club opening downtown. Can you cancel? I made these reservations a month ago. I mean, I could, but I really don't want to. These plans have been set for a while too. Jennifer, it's our anniversary. And we can celebrate tomorrow. Don't be so rigid about dates. I bought you flowers." She glanced at them. "That's sweet. Just put them in water. I'll appreciate them when I get back." "When will you be back?" "I don't know. Late probably." "Don't wait up." She grabbed her purse and headed for the door. "So you're just leaving?" She turned around, irritated. "Why are you being like this? I'm allowed to have a life outside of you." "I'm not saying you're not. I'm saying it's our anniversary and I made plans." "Plans you didn't check with me about." "I shouldn't have to check if you're free on our anniversary." She sighed dramatically. "This is exactly what I'm talking about. You're so boring. Everything has to be scheduled and planned. You can't just go with the flow. Going with the flow doesn't mean ditching your boyfriend on your anniversary." "Oh my God, you're being so dramatic right now. It's dinner. We can have dinner literally any other night." I stared at her, the flowers in my hand, the ring in my pocket feeling like it weighed 100 pounds. "Fine," I said quietly. "Go. Thank you. I'll see you later." She left without kissing me goodbye. I stood there in the living room of my condo, holding flowers for a woman who'd just chosen a club over our anniversary. I called the restaurant and canceled. I put the flowers in a vase. I sat on the couch with the ring box, turning it over in my hands. Jennifer came home at 3:30 a.m. I was still awake, lying in bed. She stumbled in, clearly drunk, and passed out on her side of the bed without saying a word to me. The next morning, I tried one more time. We need to talk about last night. She groaned. Can we not? I have a headache. You blew off our anniversary. I said we'd celebrate another night. Why are you being so clingy? Wanting to spend our anniversary together is clingy? Yes. It's suffocating. You're always like this, hovering, planning, being boring. Honestly, sometimes I feel like I'm dating my dad. That stung. Your dad? Yeah. You act like you're 50. Everything is so structured and safe and dull. I have a stable job and responsibilities. That's not being old. That's being an adult. It's being boring. We stared at each other. I felt something crack inside me. If I'm so boring, why are you with me? She shrugged. Because you're stable. You have this place. You take care of things. But that doesn't mean I have to find you exciting. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. So you're with me because I provide stability while you go out and have fun without me? Don't twist my words. That's exactly what you said. Whatever. I'm going back to bed. She walked away. I sat there processing. I was the stable provider. The boring boyfriend who paid the bills while she lived her exciting life. That afternoon, while Jennifer was at brunch with friends, I called a locksmith. I need all my locks changed. Today, if possible. We can have someone there in 2 hours. Perfect. Then I called a storage facility. I need a unit. 10 by 10. How soon can I get access? We have one available now. You can move in today. I rented it immediately. Then I got to work. I packed every single thing that belonged to Jennifer. Her clothes, her shoes, her makeup, her decorations, her books. Everything. I was methodical about it. I didn't damage anything, didn't throw anything away. I just carefully boxed it all up. It took me 6 hours. By the time I was done, I had 23 boxes and 8 suitcases. I loaded everything into my car and made 3 trips to the storage unit. The locksmith showed up at 4 p.m. and changed every lock. New deadbolt, new doorknob, new everything. Then I went to the jeweler where I'd bought the ring. I need to return this. Was there a problem with it? Yeah. The person I bought it for turned out not to be who I thought she was. They gave me a full refund. Finally, I went back home and removed Jennifer from everything. I took her off my car insurance. I changed my Netflix password. I removed her access to my Amazon Prime. I went through every shared account and subscription and cut her off. By 8 p.m., I was done. I sat in my condo, now completely absent of any trace of Jennifer, and waited. She came home around 9:30 p.m. I heard her try her key in the lock. It didn't work. She tried again. Then she knocked. Ryan, why isn't my key working? I didn't answer. She knocked harder. Ryan, open the door. I pulled out my phone and texted her. Your stuff is in storage unit 247 at Secretvoices on Lindale. Here's the code. You have 30 days to get everything out before they start charging you. Find someone less boring. Then I blocked her number. She called immediately. It went straight to voicemail since I'd blocked her. Then she started pounding on the door. Ryan, what the hell is going on? Open this door. I turned up the TV. She kept pounding for about 10 minutes. Then she must have tried calling from a different number because my phone rang with an unknown number. I declined it. Then came the text from that number. Ryan, what the fuck? Why did you lock me out? Where's all my stuff? This is insane. We need to talk about this. Answer me. I blocked that number too. About 20 minutes later, my phone rang again. This time it was her friend Brittany. I answered. Ryan, what the hell did you do? Brittany demanded. I ended a relationship with someone who thought I was boring and only stayed with me because I provided stability while she went out and had fun. She's crying outside your building. That's unfortunate. You can't just kick her out with no warning. Actually, I can. It's my condo. My name on the deed. She was living here as my guest. I'm no longer extending that invitation. Where is she supposed to go? I don't know. Maybe someone more exciting can help her figure it out. You're being a dick. And she was using me as a boring bank account with a free place to stay. I guess we're both disappointed in each other. I hung up. Over the next few days, Jennifer tried everything. She created new phone numbers to text me from. I blocked them all. She sent emails. I filtered them to spam. She even showed up at my office once. Security escorted her out after I told them we'd broken up and I didn't want to see her. Through mutual friends, I heard she'd moved back in with her parents in St. Paul. She was telling everyone I was crazy, that I'd had a mental breakdown and kicked her out over nothing. But I also heard from her friend Casey, who pulled me aside at a coffee shop one day. "I need to tell you something," Casey said quietly. "Jennifer's been cheating on you." My stomach dropped. "What?" "For like 6 months. With some guy she met through work. That's where she was going all those nights she said were girls' nights." "Why are you telling me this?" "Because she's playing the victim right now, and you deserve to know the truth. She was using you. She literally told us she stayed with you because you had a nice place and paid for everything while she figured things out with this other guy." I sat there processing this. All those late nights. All those work events. All those times she said I was too boring to come along. "Thank you for telling me," I finally said. "I'm sorry. You deserved better than her." That confirmation made me feel both worse and better. Worse because I'd been cheated on. Better because I knew without a doubt I'd made the right decision. 2 months later, I ran into Jennifer at Target. She saw me and immediately came over. "Ryan, please. Can we talk?" "No. I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean what I said. I was going through stuff and I took it out on you. It's fine. It all worked out. Can we try again? I miss you. I miss us. There is no us. There never really was. I was just the boring guy who paid your bills while you lived your exciting life." "That's not true. Jennifer, I know about the other guy. I know you were cheating. So please, just leave me alone." Her face went red. "Who told you that? Does it matter?" It didn't mean anything. And neither did I. That's the point. "Now if you'll excuse me, I have boring things to buy." I walked away. She didn't follow. Now, almost 6 months later, I'm doing great. I'm still in my condo, still working my stable, boring job. I've been on a few dates with a woman named Alicia who's a teacher. She thinks my stability is attractive, not boring. She appreciates that I plan dates instead of being flaky. She thinks it's sweet that I'm responsible, not old. Jennifer, from what I hear, is still living with her parents and still dating the guy she cheated with. Apparently, he's exciting, but also unemployed and unreliable. She posted on social media recently about how hard it is to find a good man who has his life together. The irony isn't lost on me. People sometimes ask if I regret how I handled it. If I should have tried to work things out or at least had a conversation before kicking her out. But here's the thing. She told me exactly who she was. She told me I was boring. She told me she was only with me for stability. She chose a club over our anniversary. And according to Casey, she'd been cheating for months. What conversation was there to have? So when she laughed and declared I was lucky she was with me, that no one else would put up with my boring life, I didn't argue. I just showed her that boring people are very good at handling logistics. Like packing efficiently. Like dealing with storage units. Like changing locks. And when she came home to find everything gone, she learned an important lesson. Boring people might not be exciting, but they're excellent at executing plans. She wanted someone less boring. I gave her the opportunity to find them. And I found someone who appreciates that boring really just means reliable, stable, and worth keeping around.